So to people that don't know, this is Thomas Narmo. His last fight was against Alan Negolani. What? Okay, so Thomas, what would you say went right in your last fight, and what would you say went wrong?
Oh, coming in. This is like a little background notes here. So, what was the question?
Okay, so your last fight, obviously
Mm-hmm.
you didn't. It was a no contest. What would
Mm-hmm.
you say went right in that fight?
Uh, to be honest, I only trained for a week coming into this fight, So I mean, like, I just show up and but what did go right? Well, I didn't get knocked out. I mean, but yeah, I caught him a couple of times. Felt like my timing was off and stuff like that. But I didn't really have much expectations going in. I just wanted to go out there and compete. So I guess things can only be better. Was like I see like a lot of things I could have done different, like managing the distance, stuff like that. But you live and you learn. So
Obviously, you touched on some of the things you could have done better. What would you say though went like wrong in general?
well, I didn't get the W. I mean, like you always want to win when you compete. So I mean, like that didn't go right. I feel like I was a bit off really the whole week. I traveled there alone. I didn't have any corner man or anything. I just went out there to fight. I didn't have anyone in my corner to like tell me like you're doing this wrong or you have to do this, try this, something like that. It was like nobody like talking to me and telling me like what I had to stop doing or something like that. I mean, like a lot could be different, but I felt like I was a bit hesitant, almost like I didn't pull the trigger. So like I could have put a lot more pressure on them, but also since I only trained for a week or so, like I wasn't like sure like how good is my cardio going to hold up. I want to like blow my lungs out in the first 30 seconds.
Did you have yourself up at that point in the fight? Did you think you were winning?
It felt like for a while in the first round, it could have gone either way, but obviously when he got on top at the end of the first round, I think that was like the to say moment that made him win the round when he ended up in a dominant position on top. Before that, I think the first round could have gone either way. It depends on how you look at it.
Mm. And obviously, when in I think midway through the second round, he took you down and he started throwing leg kicks and caught you and basically caught illegally nutshotted you. What were you thinking in that moment? And was it really bad, the pain? Like, because obviously you had to stop.
Well, I wasn't thinking too much really. It was just really, really painful. I was crying in there. Obviously, the show is pre-recorded, so they cut out a lot of stuff that is going on in there. But they brought me a bucket and everything because I told them I have to throw up. So like it was pretty bad. And turns out also that I got like a big lump in one of my testicles. So I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, I was rewatching that fight this morning,
Yeah.
and the impact of that was not friendly.
No, I mean like you can always like get back from like if someone hits you in the cup, but when it goes like straight on the testicle, it's quite different. Like going in the cup. So yeah,
Mm.
was like a bitter end to it because I feel like it was like for the people watching and also for both of us in the cage, like a no contest should never be like the end to it. So but it is what it is.
Well, obviously you're also a tough man. You're a heavyweight. Where I stubbed my toe and I probably wouldn't be able to continue. So for that to do that, for you not to be able to continue after a shot, that must have been really bad.
Yeah, I mean, like this is what I want to do for a living, and it's not for everyone. So you need to be aware of the consequences, and sometimes pain is just a part of it. It's something you learn to deal with in practice and everything. And yeah, I mean, like if you're able to step in there, you know that you can take a certain amount at least of pain, but that was just too much pain. I was in the hospital for 4 or 5 hours. They had to do like different scans and stuff. So, it was pretty rough actually.
Your next opponent is Marcus Buchecha, and I believe he is over 10-time world jiu-jitsu champion. How do you think you're going to deal with his style? What are you going to bring to stop, obviously, his ability? He's going to want to take you down. So what are you going to bring?
So the game plan, like going against Alan, he was like a multiple-time kickboxer. So I figured, okay, I'll strike with him. So since he's a multiple-time grappling champion, I guess I'll grapple with him and see how it goes.
It's a good mindset to have. But the thing of, do you see you have an advantage anywhere in the fight? Do you think you have an advantage standing?
Yeah, I mean, MMA is a lot different than jiu-jitsu, So I don't really know, like, if he's used to getting punched in the face, like in training, is one thing, but it's different in a fight, And can he handle the pressure? Because I feel like, for me, I feel like I got no pressure at all. Everyone expects him to go in there and win, do his thing, and just submit me, in a minute or so. And I think that if he's going to have a hard time, like, taking me down, or even if he like can't get me down, I think it's going to mess with his head. He's going to start to like, might be like a little insecure. Like, oh shit, what's going on here? It's like not going according to plan. So I mean, like, standing, like, just punch for punch, I can beat anyone in the division. I'm pretty sure I can take a punch. I've never been knocked out in my life. So.
So, what tools would you say you have that would be that are most effective, like stand out? And when would you say, what is your prediction in general? Like, when do you have a prediction of round, method of victory?
Going against Buchecha?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go in there and really, like, try to put my pace, the pace I want to have on the fight, and see if he's down for it, or if he's gonna pull guard. So I mean, in heavyweight, anything can happen. It can be like touch gloves in the first punch, and someone's going to sleep. You never know. But I feel pretty sure that I can be able to finish him. Like, I think I'll touch him up pretty bad standing up, and then eventually he'll end up on his back and ground upon him to the finish. And I think round 2 will be good for that.
So we're predicting a knockout.
Yeah, technical knockout. I think. Yeah, I think he's quite a tough dude, so I don't think I can knock him out cold. But I think a technical knockout is possible.
Well, anyway, Thomas, we're gonna probably wrap up in a minute, but anything you want to say to your fans before we go?
Just wanted to say thanks to everyone reaching out and showing support. Hopefully, the outcome of the next fight can be better. And thank you for having me on. I think it's important that we have a lot of different channels for athletes, like not just like me. I'm obviously in the big circus, with the with the sharks, but it's good for up and coming talent and stuff to have a place to grow their fan base and to reach out to the community. It's really important. So thanks for the job you're doing.
Well, Thomas, thank you for coming on here. Hopefully, if you get a win or whenever you get your next win, we can get you back on here.
Yeah, sure thing.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to end it now and